Well, it's time to do another review here for the channel, and here it is. Blackout, a new skirmish two-player starter set of 32mm hard sci-fi tabletop war game. Roll that intro, please. Ah yes, Blackout. This 32mm sci-fi tabletop war game created by Enemy Spotted Studios. For a title like that, it's not kind of hard to find, but this is new. This was a passion project by some dudes, and they managed to make the most interesting sci-fi skirmish game that hit the wargaming industry. This is the heart of the story, and you got it's basically set like 100 years in the future, where the UN had transferred to Proxima Centauri, but in doing so, they kind of pissed off a lot of people from Earth, and by nuking the planet. So this is basically a 32mm skirmish game, and you got over here the Boone Recon Force and the UN 3rd Battalion. Effectively, the UN is basically called the Authority. They became like a authoritarian group or something. They became, in that universe, they controlled the majority of it, but the lore is basically, you can find it online, but here are the stuff from what you get from the box. Has some interesting stuff on it, like the rule books, the token sheet, and 3 D10 dice. They don't use D6s, so that is a very interesting setup. And the force you have is perfect. It's basically designed to play like kill team. It's kind of like that gameplay where you can play in a very small board, and you have a with some rain. It's basically like you basically just shoot out like a free for all with objectives and all that stuff. But you have like a small force. This is the small force you have. Squads and dusters. It's basically small mechs. Kind of reminds you of the Titanfall / Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and all that stuff, and some of the units. So this is the unit you got. So let's see what's inside the box. And here are what's inside the box. The miniatures are resin, so a little bit of cleaning will do. Recommend you put them in a soap or water if you're want to get that soap scum out of the way. And you got the dices here and the bases. And I like the token over here they send you. It's a cleric, so that's one-sided here. And you can flip that thing here with that stuff, the alert tokens and all, and the smoke. And that's the quality control, May 26th. So this is recent. So I got this like a few weeks ago, and yep. And this is the cards they have in the box. Tells you what unit you have and what force, specialists, recons, like more of that stuff in there. And it's pretty interesting. I seen one of my friends was playing this game like a few weeks ago, and I decided to get it because I love skirmish games like these, and some future settings. As you can see, as for the book over here, tells it's pretty small. That has a little binders. Very rare. It's very rare when we get these things. So don't have to worry about bending, but you can get a hard copy if you want. And I just breezed through the rules, and it's pretty quick, fast paced. This is a fast paced game with some addictive qualities on it. So this is more stories and expansions are on the way. So this is just a starter set, and I need to assemble and paint these guys. So hopefully we'll see a good battle report with this one. Look at the designs of these gears, just like mixed with current status, like a special forces with sci-fi weapons on it, but not too overly sci-fi. Some of the designs of the weapons kind of reminds you of modern day. So it's basically 100 years onto our present timeline. So this is how they the battles. So there are rumors that it's gonna be, there's not even rules for tanks with this one or vehicles like large scales, but this is mostly a skirmish level game. So you might get a big large scale if you're like into that 40k setting someday, but for now this will do. So in the sci-fi setting, there are multiple factions in this game. There's like the Russians in here as well, several rebel groups, terrorists, and yeah, the basic premise of the story is, for running short, the UN just basically nuke Earth or something, make it inhabitable, and the survivors from Mars, the government over there got pissed off about that little slight on them. So they launched a ship over there with the fastest drive they can get there, but it takes them like probably a few decades. So Task Force Boone is like the first wave. They're wreaking havoc against the authority and all that stuff, finding who's friends or who's not, or potential allies or something, and that's their mission. So currently there's like an expansion out there, but I haven't got this one, so that one yet. So right now I will do some assembling of this one, so I will do that in the thought about it. And my final thought for this game. Here is the UN 3rd Battalion, and I finally finished this. This was the first part that I did to finish it, and I basically just copied what's in the box and I did some research on them, and it wasn't that hard, but a little bit of not a struggle, but just a little bit of the copying it. When I copy it was so limited on the scheme out there, so I just did what I saw the images on it. So I did the Vallejo desert dark sand on it, and for the entire body, and the rest are just like covered up with black armor for their vests, and the helmets were just gray, standard gray, and I put a little bit of blue in there. And as for the guns, for the duster, same thing, black with a little bit of black and blue, and it was just fine. And after I weathered it, and it popped out pretty well. So let's move on to the other units. And here is Task Force Boone. This is just basically, I decided to go free reign on this thing because it basically is somewhat the same when I look at the images, but they kind of spray paint the bottom part of the torsos, so with some dust, red dust on it. So you know what, I decided to just do Vallejo olive brown draft or something like that, and olive green for that stuff. So I just gave it a limited color, so a little bit of brown, black, and whatever is anything. It was just, I just decided to simplify it, and it pretty much pop out the way I wanted to. So this is ready for the tabletop, and I would love to see more. I was gonna add digital pattern on these things, but I just decided to skip it. So you can see it's just all brown and olive green using Vallejo. The rest is history. With the guns, I just use black and whatever color I can have. Yep, I'm pretty much satisfied what I did with this one. So this starter set is officially complete. I like how I the the UN Third Battalion came out and asked for the Task Force Boone. I like this color scheme a bit. It's a little bit of free reign in there, so like I said, I didn't add some digital pattern. So this is basically ready for a tabletop, and I have a friend who's actually playing with this thing with his son, and he's been trying to want me to play this thing. So I'll probably just, if he's watching this, he'll probably know that I have this ready. So I'll tell him about it, but he'll be ready. But right now, I'll love to do this in a battle report. So this is ready for battle, and I know there's other strike units out there, like other factions. So that one's ready to I don't know if I'm gonna get that one, but I could get that probably in a later date. So this starter set is ready for combat. So I'm pretty satisfied with this units over here. So on to the final thought. My final thought for this game: get it. The rules is pretty simple and pretty easy to learn, and very challenging to master if you're into this kind of game. It's basically a kill team, so what can you ask for more? And it's a 32 millimeter, and it's fairly new, so there's already lore out there. Recommend you read it online, and they got like either other than this two-player starter set, they have like other factions like the Mana Core. You can buy those little starters for like around $50. So you pretty much got like pretty much what you need, like couple of infantries and a duster. I suspect they're gonna. I got a funny feeling they're gonna expand from this beyond this kill team game. They're gonna probably gonna make like a two-player starter set, but instead of like a skirmish game, it'll be like a kind of like a 40k thing, like a platoon level. So it can happen. There's like rules for vehicles for this game, so it's in the menu. It's in the rule book, and for the rule book, it's pretty much easy to learn. Just it'll probably just take you an entire half a day, and you pretty much just learn the basics for it. And it's in there. Just grab a friend and enjoy the game. So my final thought for this game is just get it. It's a good one. So support new games like this, and you'll be just fine. So this is Delion Francis 60 here, signing off, and happy wargaming, everyone.